And at one point, she mentioned that when her and her girls go out, they are ready to fight when something bad happens. And I was like, girl, why do you need to be ready to fight? Why can't you just talk about it? Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we are talking about how we can become more demure. I think we've all seen the TikToker who made this go very viral, and it's beautiful to see how much positive impact it had on his life. And I saw this topic and I thought it is beautiful and amazing for my channel, since we are talking about personal development, femininity, elegance, and just becoming a best version of us. So we're discussing demure, what it means, and how to cultivate this demeanor. Ladies, let's get started. So what does demure even mean? Well, demure means embodying a reserved, modest, but also quiet, confident demeanor. A demure person typically exudes grace and humility, showing a sense of calmness, restraint, and politeness. It is often associated with traditional femininity, characterized by soft-spokenness, elegance, and a refined presence. So basically, demure is about having this demeanor of elegance, of femininity, sophistication, and quiet confidence. So up next, I'm going to share with you 7 ways that you can have this demeanor and become more demure yourself. Number 1, dress more modest. You want to go for clothing pieces that are more classic and more elegant. Also choosing outfits that are more comfortable and flattering without being too revealing. When it comes to the rest of your looks, you want to pay close attention to your grooming, how you do your hair, your makeup, and make sure that it's not over the top. If you're aiming for that more demure demeanor, you definitely want to go with that classic neutral makeup look. So not too much, just enough. I would also say the no makeup look fits perfect in this aesthetic. The things that are not very demure would be booty shorts, very long neon colored nails, or clothes where you see your panty lines. Another one is to not dress appropriate for the right occasion. This could be going to a gala event and wearing jeans. That's not appropriate attire. So all of those things are not very demure. Up next. Number 2, cultivate inner confidence. Demure behavior stems from a deep sense of self-assurance, knowing your worth and standing strong in your values, even if you express them quietly. So what does it look like when you are not being demure? Not seeing your worth. So needing outside validation for you to feel a sense of confidence or feeling good about yourself. If you need external validation, which means you need other people to tell you you are great, you are good, in order for you to feel good, you are doing it wrong. Why? Because then your worth and you feeling good about yourself is in the hands of someone else. And we never want to put that amount of power in someone else's hands. So always make sure that your inner confidence or your sense of worth is on a very healthy and high level. Know that you are worthy of love, respect, and your desires purely because of who you are. Number 3, be polite and kind. Always use polite language and respectful gestures. When I think about someone that is demure, it is a very calm, kind, and peaceful person. So where you can share more kindness, compliment another person, say something kind to another person, help someone else, hold open the door for someone, say thank you more, tip someone a little bit extra. I will definitely say acts of kindness. What is something you can do for another person that comes from the goodness of your heart? And you're doing it without wanting something back from another person. I once read that people would put $5 bills in a book, in the library, for example, with a note that said that the person who got the $5 could get themselves a coffee. Those are beautiful, random acts of kindness. So you want to ask yourself, what is something you can do from the goodness of your heart that is showing kindness and goodness to other people? And let's be honest, we all love kind people. We all want to be around people who are good-hearted and who are polite. And on the other hand, so what does not look demure, mindful, and cutesy is being very loud in public, especially if you're loud with your friends and it's just you. Do you, it's fine. But when you are in the presence of other people, especially when you're in public, keep in mind that it's not just you and your friends. So don't be too loud. Also, vulgar language or cursing. If you're going for the classy and demure look, cursing is off the table. You can't do that because you're very mindful of how you present yourself and of the things that are coming out of your mouth. And this also has to do with the people you surround yourself with. So I remember once I was having this conversation with this girl, and at one point she mentioned that when her and her girls go out, they are ready to fight when something bad happens. And I was like, girl, why do you need to be ready to fight? Why can't you just talk about it? And that's also the difference of how people look at certain situations. Some people are just ready to start with and being very aggressive and defensive, while others, like myself, would like to calm the situation as peaceful as possible. And of course, it depends on the person you have across from you. But if the first reaction you have to something bad happening around you is aggression and fighting, that is not demure. Absolutely. The fourth thing is to practice graceful body language. This means having your shoulders to the back, having your head up high, not looking to the ground when you're walking. That shows not a lot of confidence. You're showing confidence when you're having your head up and your shoulders to the back and you have your back nice and straight. And you have a beautiful smile on your face. Number 5, speak softly but confidently. If you speak very loudly, you want to lower the volume of your voice, speaking calmly and clearly. Avoid raising your voice and speaking too quickly. When you speak very fast, it can come across as feeling anxious. And when you speak very loud, it can come across as feeling quite aggressive. And that's not going with the aesthetic. So definitely keep that in mind when you're speaking. Number 6, having emotional control. Do this by practicing self-control when it comes to your behavior and emotions. This means you're not letting other people trigger you where you are in a position that you are outraged, extremely sad, or extremely aggressive. So you want to practice self-control in your behavior and your emotions, whether this is anger or frustration or sadness. Take a moment to breathe before responding to challenging situations. You don't want people to put you in a position where you are feeling triggered and you are responding from impulse. So for example, let's say you are in a restaurant and the waiter is treating you quite rude. So they're not picking up your order, they're not being very kind to you, and you're not feeling welcome and like a real guest. You could completely go bananas and go crazy on them, and say, what is this? I'm the guest, you should treat me correctly, and so on. Or you could handle it very classy and ask to speak with the manager about what's going on. Another one could be when you are in a situation with your partner and things are getting heated. You are having a discussion and you feel that you're going to be in a position where you're going to say something that you don't want to say. You leave the situation. Whenever you feel that you're about to explode or you're going to say something you're not going to be proud of in a couple of hours, excuse yourself and leave the situation. That's the best thing you can do. And that's also how you are able to control your emotions more. Before you say something, and when you're angry, upset, sad, before you say something, think about the thing that you want to say. Stop saying things or acting out of impulse. And I know this is easier said than done, but our goal is to be demure, mindful, and very cutesy. And ladies, those were a couple of the tips that I have for you. So I am all about this new trend where we are more mindful of how we treat other people, how we talk to other people, how we present ourselves in the world, and be more respectful towards other people, but also towards ourselves. I think it's beautiful. So if you found this video interesting and it was helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. I would love to hear how you are going to be more demure, mindful, and cutesy. Let me know in the comment section below. And we will see each other in my very next video. Have a lovely day, ladies, and make sure to be demure.